Well, it's time for a pool update, you guys. We have had the pool up for not quite a month now. Kids have gotten in about a dozen times or so, and it has stayed pretty clear and actually looks really good. We've had pretty high temperatures in the high 90s, but I have an issue with some staining that I can't figure out what it is, and I can't get it to come off. I've used the scrubber and multiple times, back and forth, both directions. That's not bringing it up. Shocking it hasn't lifted it or killed it. So I went to the store and I picked up some magic erasers. As you guys know, if you've seen my previous videos, I've put them in the filter basket here, and that keeps the pool from turning green, or if it has turned green, we'll turn it back to blue or cloudy until you can filter out all the dead algae. But I'm gonna hop in and I'm gonna try using this to scrub the bottom of the pool and see if I can't kill that stain or bring it up with the magic erasers. So I will try that here in a couple of minutes. But first, I wanted to talk to you guys about the pool vacuum. I have made a couple of videos in the past, a couple of popular videos about this pool vacuum. Forget the name of it. I think it's the Aquaclimb something or other, crystal clear or something. I'll pop the box here up on the screen. But this vacuum has been, I have had a back and forth relationship with this vacuum. This vacuum, at first, it seemed like it worked okay, but then after using it quite a bit, I really got annoyed with it. It didn't seem to clean very well. It definitely does not take a dirty pool and turn it clean. It's more of a maintain the pool. Well, I've been using it this summer, and about every 2 or 3 days, I'll come out and I'll let it run for 4 or 5 hours, and it has really helped with keeping the pool clean as long as it's used in that way. Now, I still need to stand down here and babysit it, make sure it doesn't hang up on itself, and make sure that it doesn't get clogged up, which it does quite often, which you can see here. But this vacuum actually ended up being a better purchase than I originally had talked about in my last video, where I hated pretty much everything about the vacuum. But just leaving it for 4 or 5 hours every 3 or 4 days, and checking it, of course, making sure it doesn't get hung up on itself and whatnot, like I said, it actually helps quite a bit with the whole maintaining, keeping the pool clear. Guys, I have barely used any chlorine in this pool this year. I shocked it throughout the winter about once a month. Once it got warmer in the spring, I was shocking it about every 2 weeks to make sure that it stayed where it was without adding any other chlorine. This summer, so far, I have left the pump running 24/7 since early May, even though we didn't swim until June. I have left the pump running 24/7, and I have only used about 10 total of those chlorine tablets in the floaty deal. And I don't need to add any more. I haven't had any algae growth. I haven't had any issues with it turning cloudy. I do get some organic matter, leaves and whatnot that fly into it, but keep the vacuum going and skim once a day, and it takes care of that. So basically, now in my 3rd season with this above ground pool, I'm learning, well, with this big above ground pool with the sand filter pump. Before, I had the smaller above ground pools, which, they're their own thing. This definitely requires a little more experience. The larger volume of water you get, the harder it is to keep it clean. But this pool, these last 3 years, have really taught me a lot about what I can get away with, what I can't get away with, and what I really need to do to keep it as clean as possible. So I found so far this summer, 24/7 running the pump, not a whole lot of chlorine. and swimming in it. That also helps too. We've got the kids in there to stir things up and are walking on the bottom. That helps keep everything clear and helps with the algae not growing, keeps it from growing. And while I'm updating you guys on the condition of the pool and a update on the review that I did to the Aquaclimb vacuum, also wanted to give you guys an update on the sand filter pump, which a subscriber sent me last year. A big thank you and shout out to them. Right now, as you can see with the vacuum, the pressure is right where it should be. Once I'm done with the vacuum and I unhook it and let it run at its full capacity, this will jump into the yellow and we'll backwash it again for you guys. But I just wanted to tell you guys, over this last now year and a half that I've used this pump, I could not be happier with it. I don't really have any complaints. It does its job. The sand filters like it's supposed to. Everything functions like it's supposed to. Haven't had any cracks or leaks. Now I will tell you, on every pump I've ever had, these O-rings in this lid and around these, you're gonna have to replace those every season because they just get dry rotted and cracked from the extreme weather conditions and then the chlorine and other chemicals in the pool. You definitely want to replace those at least once a year. But besides that, she's been great. These are the original valves that came with the pool. Not having any problem with those except for a little bit of discoloration, but that's to be expected. I have a brand new one of those I can put on if it annoys me too much. This is actually a drain hose, anti-siphon hose for a washing machine. It was cheap, got it at the local hardware store, but it works great for just normal operation of the pump. But when you have the vacuum hooked up to it, it pulls such a tight vacuum on it that it collapses here in this joint that is actually where you can cut it to make different lengths of hose. But I need to either get the actual right pipe for this so that it doesn't do that when I have the vacuum on, or there's a couple of YouTubers out there that have done a PVC connection that comes out, ties all this together so you have hard lines instead of all these soft lines, which I may end up going that route in a future video. But overall, pump has done amazing. I don't use the timer function or anything like that because I literally just put it on FP and leave it, and it runs 24/7, like I've said multiple times in this video. And that really is what has been keeping this pool as crystal clear as it is. All right, you guys, I'm gonna hop in and we're gonna see if this magic eraser will actually take the stain off the bottom of the pool. Well, it doesn't seem to be coming off, at least not with the initial scrubbing there. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the filter basket, and we're gonna actually do a glow stick pool night tonight. That'll be in another pool video, but we're gonna do that tonight, so that's why I was trying to get this as perfect as possible. But we're gonna stick this in the filter basket, and we're going to wait 24 hours, and then we'll come back, check on it, see if that maybe killed what was in the pool. I'll see you guys then. I went ahead and threw the two magic erasers in there. I went ahead and backwashed the system. It was up to about not quite 15 PSI. Backwashed it, now we're down to normal. Got a great flow. We'll come back in the morning and see if those magic erasers have taken care of those stains. Well, it's the next day and the pool still looks gorgeous except for that stain. Magic eraser didn't seem to do anything in terms of the scrub. And then these got the rest of the pool cleaner. You can kind of see how dirty they are. But basically, I don't know what this stain is. I looked it up on Google, and one possibility is that it could be metal, like iron deposits or copper. I don't have any of that. This pool has been filled for October, so like 8 months, and there hasn't been any issues with any sort of metal buildup. We don't have any sort of metal components. We don't run copper. It's all plastic. So I don't think that that's it. But the other possibility is a particular type of algae. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a specific algae. So I am going to run to the store. Actually, I have to go run some other errands. And while I'm out, I'm going to try to pick up something that supposedly kills this algae and try it. If you know what this is, if you've experienced this before and you've treated it successfully, please comment below and let me know. So I'm going to pick that up, try that, and we'll go from there. Also, while we are out here, I am going to top off the pool. Something else to keep in mind when you have a pool is that you are going to get evaporation, maybe small leaks, but whatever the case, you're going to lose water over time. My kids splash it out as well. As you can see, I'm down about as far as I'm comfortable with, about 2 inches or so above the intakes. I don't want to be any shallower than that because then I could end up starving the pump and burning it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and top this off as well. Okay, I'm back from the store and I picked up some of this Chlorox Pool and Spa Scale, Metal and Stain Control, Treats, Protects equipment. I don't know if this is what I need or not, but it wasn't too expensive. They had it at Atwood's. They also carry this at like Lowe's and pretty much any pool store, Academy. So yeah, so we're gonna dump this in and then I'm gonna check on it here in about an hour and see if it's made a difference, and then check on it again in the morning. I didn't know the stuff was green. It said it might turn the pool cloudy, but you're supposed to use up to 3 of these bottles for a 10,000 gallon pool. I only have 1, so hopefully this does the trick. All right, we're gonna let this run for about an hour and then come check on this stain. On camera, it looks black, but in person, it is a reddish brown color, which is what's really throwing me off here because anything I search, it says that's typically from metal deposits. I should not have that issue, but who knows? We'll see if this stuff works or not. So it's been about an hour, and as you guys can tell, the stains don't seem to be going anywhere. So we'll come back in the morning and see if this treatment actually did something to the stains. If not, I'm probably gonna have to get the water tested and figure out exactly what's causing this issue and fix it. So we'll check back here in the morning. It's been exactly 24 hours, and as you guys can see, this stain, all the other stains around the pool that I think are the same as this, is not gone. The Chlorox didn't seem to work on this. I have no idea what this is, why it won't come up, why I can't get it to scrub off. I'm assuming it's some sort of just really resilient algae. Again, don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know, if you've dealt with this before, what your remedy has been, what you've been able to do to make this completely go away. If you've dealt with this, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to end the video here because I wasn't able to fix the problem. I will do that in the next video from your guys' comments. So make sure and do that. Make sure and like, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things. I'll see you in the next one. Billy D, pooling on out of here. Peace.